Hello, I'm the Millennial Critic, and I'm not knocking off anyone. Let me paint a small picture for you. The best sword fighter ever, an army of ninja assassins, and a Wild West showdown in the Wild West. Am I the only one that thinks that sounds like a good movie? Or at least one that wouldn't bore you to tears? With a setup like that, how could you go wrong? Apparently, you can go very, very wrong. All it takes is a story that goes nowhere, a romance that goes nowhere, terrible green screen effects in every shot, with some poorly choreographed fighting. What should have been an amazing martial arts meets western movie turned into a psychedelic clusterfuck when they added clowns, a circus, and a testicle-grabbing Tony Cox. Maybe I should start at the beginning, though. So the movie starts off with actually a pretty intriguing fight scene with some very pleasing visuals. And then there's the walk this guy has. It's like a kid dragging a stick. It's like he doesn't even care. He's surrounded by ninjas and he's as casual as he could be. And then he does this.
Boom! Everyone dead.
But then we get this really strange labeling on something we just heard.
To be the greatest swordsman in the history of mankind.
Movie, if you want me to take you seriously, you should make your labeling more authentic than Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. So, after killing all the bad guys, Yang is ordered to kill the bad guy's baby. You know, instead of raising it to be a warrior to fight for them, let's just kill it off. But he rebels and goes on the run with the kid, making him a target for all sorts of assassins. And then there's scenes like this, where it should be cool, but the terrible CGI and the random labels make it the final nail in the coffin for this movie. And it's not even a quarter of the way through. That's for undercooking the rice. So Yang decides to go to America to find a friend of his. We then see Yang walking through a town that I'm pretty sure is an accurate representation of anyone that put money into this movie. But it turns out the friend died a while back, so he takes up his old business and hangs out in this town, which is mostly populated by a non-functioning circus. Why? I don't know, I think the writers started smoking something in the middle of writing this. And then, nothing happens. I'm serious. Not a single thing. It's a solid hour before we get to anything exciting. Instead, we see him washing sheets and watching sunsets and other boring stuff like planting flowers. The greatest swordsman ever! Gardening! Seriously? He does nothing. And nothing. And nothing. Are we past it? It's still going? The only thing we get out of this whole time is a backstory on the woman he's been training. We find out whenever she was a girl, her family was killed by some rebel soldiers. And finally, after eternity of nothing, the soldiers return to murder everyone in the town. So they finally have a fight where we get to see the greatest swordsman ever fighting in a dust cloud where you can't actually see him. This is starting to make Godzilla looking visually clear. But in the middle of the fight, they get some unexpected visitors.
It's raining men! Hallelujah, it's raining men!
And then we finally get some good sword choreography, even if it is just a bunch of one-hit kills. It's better than... Sorry, that's a really powerful scene. So we then have the showdown of the girl whose family was killed and the guy who killed them, which is sad because it's probably the best choreography in the movie, and it's between two characters that honestly at this point you really don't care about.
I'll see you in hell, little girl.
And then we get the showdown between the best swordsman ever and the man who trained him, which you think would be the greatest showdown in the movie, but it's a bunch of random motions and flashbacks and visions that make no sense and take away from the action. Didn't you guys learn anything from Jonah Hex? And never mind the fact that it goes from sunset to pouring rain in 0.0 seconds. We don't even get to see him deliver the final blow. It's this weird crap that they did to be artsy. But before his master dies, he gives him some words of wisdom.
You are assassin. All that you love, you'll destroy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure with your throat slit, it would sound more like... So he kills his master, he leaves the baby behind so that she will be safe, and he goes off into the sunset as the end credits roll and... Why is it still going? Oh, please tell me there's... No, it's still going? Oh, I don't want to have to sit through more lame CGI effects, terrible choreography, and dialogue that puts me to sleep.
How much? Free.
Okay, if there is one redeeming quality in this movie, one single virtue, it's that line right there. That one-liner was delivered perfectly. Am I the only one that feels that it deserves this?
Free.
Oh no! They're here to do more terrible choreography! Go away, go away, go away! Oh good, it's over. It is actually finally over. Okay, so that's the Warriors Way. What can I say about it that I haven't already said? The choreography is terrible, it uses more green screen effects than Avatar, and they don't look half as good. And the fact is that nothing happens for over 2/3 of the movie. You want to see something exciting, pulse-pounding, and thrilling? Don't watch this. However, if you need to sleep to something, watch this. I'm the Millennial Critic, and I need caffeine.